2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. Maybe last week they announced that they were going to introduce the Contender series in Asia at the
Yeah.
PI where you are at right now. Did they talk to you about that? Did they give you any information to the people that are involved in the program about that that series that's coming out next year?
So yeah, they did tell us about that when it got announced. It's gonna be I forget how many events they're gonna have. Like something like I could be wrong. I want to say like 6 events next year, which is amazing, which is crazy. I mean, we have the facilities for it, so it makes sense. And it's going to be a good opportunity for some of the people in the program that are ready and at the level, and sort of almost make kind of, because we're kind of in different tiers like of development, and so some people just need more time to develop and maybe fight in all these smaller shows. And I think the people that are more ready to get into UFC are going to get to participate in the Contender series. And it's going to be cool, to be able to just fight in a facility where we're so comfortable already, where we already train. And it's also going to be really cool to open it up to people all over Asia. So it's going to be an Asia-wide thing with, Korea is going to get involved, Japan, Southeast Asia, and it's going to be really incredible for Asian MMA, to be able to do this and to be able to support up and coming fighters that, are trying to make a name for themselves, maybe are just limited to like smaller shows just because they're in Asia and we don't have shows that are feeders into the UFC. And so hopefully this will be that. And definitely everyone in the program is super excited because we all want a shot, and it's not guaranteed that we're going to get a shot. It really depends on the coaches and whether they think we're ready or not. But it would be very cool, to kind of, we're representing China, and we're going to be going up against, other countries, and it'll be a really cool kind of like, China versus the world type of situation. And, with the potential to make it into UFC, to get a contract, or even I think there's also potential to, winners would be able to actually compete in the one in the US, the Contender Series in Vegas.
Yeah, I love the idea that they're bringing that in because there's, as good as myself, there's so many fighters out here that just need a shot that really don't, fit one championship or any of the other promotions, you know what I mean? And they need this shot to get into the UFC, and this is their way, and they're chomping at the bits right now. And once that news came out, they're like, "Oh my God, how do I even just get my name, out there so they could see me, so I could get a spot on that season?" But I don't think they're in the process of doing it right now. I think they're still kind of putting everything together, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna see some incredible fights on that
Like,
series.
oh yeah, oh, it's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be amazing. Just like making this so much more accessible to Asian fighters. That'll just ultimately bring up the level in the region, and yeah, I think there are a lot of people there are a lot of great fighters in Asia that people don't even know about, purely because of the reach. In China especially, it's like people don't have Instagram here. Like they're like they have their own social media, so it's like a lot of these kids in the program are freaking, they're weapons. These guys, and they're so young. And there's like one guy. It's like, oh, he's an amateur. Really? Are you kidding me? Like be a part of this whole development, right? It's such a privilege and an honor to even be at that facility, to be amongst all that good energy, that positive influence, and just love for the sport. And everyone's just there because they love it. Everyone's there because they're passionate about making this grow. Even from the coaches to the physios, to the nutritionists, to the coaches, or to the other staff, and especially the fighters. And so, yeah, it's something that I process. I kind of just have to take a step back and like process, like, this is crazy that this is going on. All this is going to be a part of history with like this first class of the UFC Academy, and with the Contender series coming, and what this means for MMA in China and MMA in Asia. But I think it's just going to make the sport grow even more exponentially than it is, tapping into the Asian market, and then hopefully letting the world see what Asia has to offer.